So I suffer from gyno from the age of 12 to 17. I got it because of my genetics and hormonal imbalances, which were triggered due to my fuck all lifestyle. So I'll tell you what gynecomastia is. Gynecomastia is just literally the male breast enlargement due to what causes it? Your genetics and hormonal imbalances. This sounds very vague to me. Like at that time, it sounded vague. Right now, it sounds a bit vague, but I do understand the nuances behind it now, which I will explain to you. So you got gyno because you had bad genes. But why? Who gives a fuck about genes? Why do they matter? But genes, your DNA, are like the blueprint that produces every single thing in your body, from your toenails to your hair to your muscles to everything. It makes up everything of your body. It's literally the blueprint that gives rise to protein, and protein does every single thing in your body. It makes up the organs and makes the organ perform their function. So protein is very important. So if you activate the wrong genes, say you activate the pro-gyno genes, you get gynecomastia because those genes are activated by you doing pro-gyno activities like sitting around for 8 hours a day and playing Minecraft. This is called epigenetics. Epigenetics is the study of genes interacting with our environment. So if your environment is fucked and you don't get enough sunlight, you're fucked because you're not living a good lifestyle, which is gonna lower your chances of getting gynecomastia. Either you're living a life that's very sedentary and you're inside a lot, playing a lot of video games, or you're just sitting on your ass, studying the whole fucking day, not being outside, you're probably gonna get symptoms of gynecomastia because you're doing pro gyno activities, as in sitting a lot, which are gonna trigger the pro gyno genes, which literally activate those genes. Activating genes means the expression of the genes, and when genes are expressed, you get the gene products, which are the proteins. And those gene products change your body accordingly, depending on what protein is it. So my story is that when I was a child, I didn't used to move around a lot. I used to live with my grandmom, and she wouldn't let me out much because she thought it wouldn't be safe for me. Okay. And all I would do was eat McChickens and eat McDonald's every single day. That's it. That's what I did when I was a child. And of course that gave rise to bad gene products which are pro gyno, and I got gyno. Simple, no wonder. So what we want to do is do healthier activities which are gonna turn on the genes for building muscle and building strength. Okay, and that's gonna turn off the genes for fat deposition and just being womanly. How do you do that? You do healthy activities like being outside, touching grass, exercising, going to the gym, going on a run. That's how you activate the correct genes. So you get the correct gene products, which is muscle. And hormonal imbalances. I'll teach you what that means. Hormonal imbalances means to get gynecomastia means you have too much estrogen. Estrogen is what makes women women. It's what is the fucking hormone that like changes up their bone structures such that they get wider hips. Is the hormone that gives women enlarged breasts so they could like nourish the children more. And you have too little of the hormone called testosterone. Testosterone is what makes men men. It's what gives men their hairy chest hair. It's what gives men their fucking facial hair. It's what makes men men. It's what makes men take risks, do fun shit in the world. That's what it does. Like you literally have emasculine traits because you have too little testosterone. Like you have wider hips, you have larger breasts, you don't grow facial hair as much, and you don't have as much of a deeper voice because you have too much estrogen. How do we increase testosterone naturally then? Okay, you can perhaps stop doing the activities that are lowering your testosterone. How? You stop being sedentary for long periods of time. You stop eating the junk foods. You start eating real man foods. That's what I call them, which is rice, eggs, meat, which is gonna fuel your testosterone, which is gonna fuel your day and make you wanna go, go, go. Not fucking Doritos, which just make you more hungrier. Not fucking Macca's McChicken, which just makes you more hungrier. Like eat the foods that your grandfather would recognize. Rice, potatoes, Maybe some veggies if you like it. I don't really like veggies, but eat real man foods. And I'll go more in depth of how to increase your testosterone in this video. I'll just spitball some ideas to you. Instead of playing video games, how about you replace that time with going to the gym and lifting some weights? That's going to increase testosterone. Duh. Because you activate the genes for testosterone, because your body is going through some stress and it needs to recover. You recover the testosterone. Recently, I went for a camping trip with my family. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat some extra amount of eggs. Like, at one point, I did like 12 eggs a day with like 3 or 4 steaks at night, and I felt really good after that. Why? Because high fatty foods are gonna promote testosterone production, and due to me going to the gym a lot, my joints kind of hurted before the trip, and I just felt like shit. Like you could see in the past couple of my videos, my eyes are red. I don't look as healthy. My hair's gone fucking more whiter because yeah, I'm not taking recovery seriously, and my diet's pretty high carb. But going on this high fat diet, I felt much better. My joints are recovered. My libido is high as fuck. My energy is better now. I'm doing more of the things that I want to. Another point, to increase testosterone, you just get the fuck away from plastics. This is what I've done, and my life has gone fucking from 0 to 100 instantly. Like, there's something called as BPA, bisphenol A in plastics, which is a known endocrine disruptor. There was a study done that in a fish tank with fish in it, if BPA was put into the water, this shit like converted the male fish into females, or just caused the male fish to develop into like female hormones, female organs. Like that's kind of fucked up because it's an endocrine disruptor. Endocrine disruptor means it's fucking up your endocrine system, as in your hormonal system. So get away from plastics. Plastics, as in plastic in water bottles, like the little Tupperware mom water bottle your mom gives you to take to school. Replace that with a metal one. Duh. Coffee cups that you get from outside, like you when you go outside, you get coffee, right? Or you get some fucking hot chocolate like a woman. Those have a plastic lining on inside them, and when the coffee is hot or the hot chocolate is hot, it increases the amount of leaching that the plastic goes through, and you get more BPA in your fucking coffee that you're drinking. Okay, it's fine. If you're a young guy and you're having coffee once in a while and you're traveling, maybe forget about this. But if you're literally going outside every single day and you get a hot chocolate at your school, maybe stop that. Maybe get like a Yeti cup or like a metal cup that you take to school and just give it to the barista and tell them, oh, can I please have it in this cup? And when they ask you why, just tell them, oh, like environment is something. I don't want to create as much waste. Okay, you can give that reason. And tea bags. Tea bags also have polyester in them, and polyester is a plastic basically. And so tea bags are plastic, and when you put boiling water into them, plastic is leaching into your tea and you're drinking that. Chopping boards. Have you seen those reels of like the plastic chopping boards and they just chop on it without anything on it, but at the end you see and they scrape it off, then you see a lot of like plastic shavings on that. Yeah, that's what happens when you cut stuff on a chopping board, especially a plastic one. So replace that with the metal one. That's what I've done, and yeah, feel like my testosterone's higher. And yeah, just politely ask your family, oh, can you please maybe use a wooden chopping board or a metal one? Or if you have the money, buy the chopping board. This is a good investment in yourself. Yeah, instead of buying the new game that came out, or instead of buying some fucking cosmetic in the video game like a Fortnite skin or something, just buy something that's going to improve your life. And polyester clothing, perhaps for sports day and something, sports day at school, you wear polyester clothing, right? Like when I went to school in Sydney, I used to wear like some fucked up polyester shit for my sports day. And yeah, of course, polyester is a kind of a plastic, and when you sweat onto the polyester, you absorb the plastic in the clothing, and that fucks up your hormone. And thing is that receipts, avoid receipts like the plague. So receipts have BPA all over them. And if you touch a receipt, like it feels kind of a different kind of texture, right? Nothing else feels like a receipt. Like a normal paper book, the paper has a different texture to the receipt on that you get from the supermarket after you buy something. So that texture is BPA. And you need to avoid it like the plague. And that shit has shown to reduce testosterone like nothing else. And sanitizer. Sanitizer, it just kills your skin cells, makes your hand more drier, and makes it more itchy and just fucks up your hand. Just avoid hand sanitizer. What do you want clean hands for? Just wash your hands. Avoid veggies which have like pesticides sprayed over them. So pesticides have literally shown to fuck act as a endocrine disruptor and fuck up your hormones. And there's also research showing that specifically veggies also are not that great for your health. Maybe look into that yourself, but I don't eat veggies because I don't like them. You do what you want. I just refuse to touch receipts and buy vegetables. I just refuse. Sweat more. I like sweating and it makes me feel good and like I don't know, makes me feel weirdly more energized after I've like sprinted and done some shit than before. So sweat more, do more cardio, do more sauna. Literally sweating more will remove the toxins out of your body and just remove the plastic out of your body. And hot tubs. There's a lot of craze going on of being in jacuzzis in like hot countries and stuff. So there's a link between your sperm quality and your testosterone. When sperm quality goes down, testosterone will also go down. So we want to keep up our sperm quality as high as possible. How? By avoiding hot tubs and just heating up the balls. Why is your ball sack out of your body? Why? Why is it so outside there that it's like one vulnerable to attack? Because the sperm that it produces needs to be at a lower temperature than the core body temperature, which is 37 whatever. Needs to be at a lower temperature. The body does this by making the sperm outside of the body. So anything that heats up the balls, heats up the testicles, is bad for your sperm. Hot tubs are bad for this because you're literally boiling the shit out of your balls, and you should take cold showers instead. Cold showers apparently boost up your dopamine as much as cocaine, and which I like because I like being stimulated and being motivated to do shit. So I take cold showers, and I think cold showers as like getting stepping into discomfort. So if I step into a cold shower, I'm like voluntarily stepping into discomfort, which makes me I don't know, makes me more confident apparently in social situations and like makes it easier for me to have like difficult conversations early on. I don't know, just makes me. Supplements if you want to increase your testosterone is eat vitamin D, zinc, ashwagandha. These are the things I've tried and like tested on myself and they work for me. You try it if you want. Eggs, eating a lot of eggs. Like at some point, I was maxing out my testosterone. I was doing 10 eggs a day, and I was eating red meat as well. Squats, squats are the king of exercise and should not be avoided. They are very good for your body, and I like doing squats at the start of my leg session every single day. Like I start off my leg session by it because it incorporates the most muscles in your body, and which triggers the endocrine system to produce more testosterone. Studies have been done on this acutely, though, not chronically. Like you will get a slight increase in testosterone after doing squats. Like to increase your testosterone, if you take more risks, like socially and financially, your body will get used to it and adjust itself to produce more testosterone because that's what you need when you take risks. Like taking social risk, as in approaching the girl outside of your social group at school, approaching her and talking to her. Taking the financial risk, as in like yeah, going all into your business, maybe moving out of your home if you have the capacity for it. That's what I plan to do. If when I do get a job and when this channel does get up, I'm gonna get the fuck out of my parents' house. I'm gonna go live somewhere else, be on my own, do what I want, and that's gonna increase my testosterone. Just do more of what you actually want to do. Like, be more selfish in general. Like, do not depend on the whimsical feelings of other people, which change like the fucking weather at Melbourne. Just do more of what you actually want. You will get to a point in life that you actually wanted and not what other people wanted of you. Like do more of the things that you want, not the things that others would expect of you. Do you understand what I'm even saying here, or is it going above your head? Like start living like the Chad, the red pill Chad. Like he gets girls, he lives on his own and does what he wants. Probably has a business as well. Start living like that guy. He also messes about his boys, competes with his boys, competes with other guys in business, and his testosterone will be naturally higher than yours. Fat little boy. Also, a lesson that I continually have to relearn is that you have to live as if your father were dead. I learned this from a book called The Way of the Superior Man. Apparently, it says that I didn't bring out the book, otherwise I would have read the chapter for you. Apparently, it says that you have to live your life as if your father were dead, or remember the time that he actually died, or imagine that he is dead, such that you go on to live the life that you actually wanted and not be burdened by his critical eye and not be burdened of his expectations of you, or not. Even if you feel ashamed of what you're doing right now, you have to live as if he's dead. Like pick a task that you would do if your father weren't around and do that. And that for me has made me higher testosterone and made me into the man I am today. Of course, you will go through some mistakes, and through that mistakes, it is your journey and it is your duty to learn from them. Actually, this kind of lesson like just removes the safety rail of your parents. It removes the safety rail that your parents have built around you, like the little guardrails that you have to stay inside of. Now you get to be your own man and make your own mistakes and live on your own journey. I think that's kind of beautiful. And of course, sleep. Sleep is very important for testosterone. I like to sleep 9 to 10 hours a night, and yeah, I'll prioritize my sleep over partying sometimes. Okay, I like partying, but sleep is very important. Do not disregard it. Stop playing video games and watching porn just before bed, because it's gonna give you blue light and make your brain more stimulated, making it harder for you to fucking fall asleep. So stop doing that. And instead of playing video games, how about you get a book, read that. Don't make it so like so complicated or such a serious book. Get a book, read that, or spend time with a girl, and your testosterone will be higher because test is made in sleep. Candles work very well. Like turn off the overhead lights and light a candle instead, like, and keep it as low as you can without making it a hazard. Like apparently overhead lights are very bad for you. Like think of a natural caveman. Would he have lights over him at night? No, he would have lights probably like from a campfire or something. So try to emulate that. All of the things I'm telling you here is I'm trying to make you and trying to make you emulate the caveman lifestyle. Why? Because that's the most natural thing, and naturally you are supposed to have higher levels of testosterone. So if you get as close to the caveman lifestyle, the natural lifestyle, your test will be higher. Just try to emulate it. Otherwise, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.